Northern Japan buried under record-breaking snow. Highways blocked, homes collapsing, 35 lives already lost. This is not just winter, it's a historic deadly storm. Japan is currently facing one of its most devastating winter crises in decades, as heavy snowstorms batter northern and western regions, paralyzing cities, highways, and essential services. Since late January, relentless snowfall fueled by a stationary Arctic cold air mass has created catastrophic conditions, leading to fatalities, injuries, and widespread disruption. The Japan Fire and Disaster Management Agency has confirmed at least 35 deaths and nearly 400 injuries due to snow-related accidents, the majority of which involve elderly residents struggling with extreme snow removal or trapped in hazardous conditions. Aomori Prefecture, often cited as the snowiest major city on Earth, has recorded over 2 meters of snow in city areas, while remote mountain regions have accumulated nearly 5 meters. Emergency services report multiple deaths caused by roof collapses, sudden avalanches, and heart failure from strenuous snow shoveling. Entire villages have been isolated, with roads impassable and utilities disrupted. Snow disposal sites have reached 95% capacity, forcing local authorities to scout alternative dumping locations. Sapporo, Hokkaido, famous for its annual snow festival, is experiencing a once-in-a-century blizzard. Snow depths have reached 3.2 feet in city centers and exceed 5 feet in outlying areas, creating whiteout conditions, multiple vehicle pileups, and massive transport disruptions. Hundreds of flights at New Chitose Airport were cancelled, and public transportation is operating at limited capacity. Emergency teams are working tirelessly, but the sheer volume of snow is overwhelming resources. Niigata Prefecture, as the epicenter of the deadliest impact, has reported 12 fatalities, including elderly residents falling from rooftops or trapped in drainage canals while clearing snow. Historic snow accumulation has blocked highways, halted rail transport, and left thousands without power for extended periods. Local agriculture, especially rice paddies and greenhouses, has suffered immense damage. The human cost of this extreme weather is staggering. In Ajigasawa, Aomori, a 91-year-old woman was buried under a massive roof snow shelf known locally as Yanayuki, losing her life instantly. In Hirosaki, a 78-year-old man died falling from a 4-meter roof while attempting to remove heavy snow, even while wearing protective gear. Several other fatalities have occurred from heart attacks caused by the intense physical strain of moving wet, compact snow in sub-zero temperatures. Emergency responders warn that any attempt to clear roofs alone is extremely dangerous, and residents are urged to rely on professional or government assistance. The transport system has collapsed under the strain of the ongoing snowfall. JR Hokkaido and Shinkansen bullet train services have been delayed or suspended. Major highways, including the Ketsu Expressway, saw thousands of vehicles stranded for over 24 hours. Airports across northern Japan canceled hundreds of flights, leaving thousands of travelers trapped in terminals. Power outages affected over 12,000 households, caused by snow-laden trees collapsing onto high-voltage lines. Public transportation remains unreliable, and logistics companies warn of severe delays in food and medical deliveries, impacting vulnerable communities. The Japanese government has deployed the Japan Self-Defense Forces to assist with snow removal, rescue operations, and emergency logistics. Approximately 300 personnel have been mobilized in Aomori alone, clearing roads, assisting isolated elderly residents, and providing emergency supplies. Hospitals are under pressure due to increased emergency admissions related to cardiac incidents and injuries from slips and falls. Authorities emphasize that residents should not attempt heavy snow removal themselves, especially on rooftops. The Japan Meteorological Agency attributes this extreme event to a combination of a stationary Arctic cold air mass and the Sea of Japan snowfall effect, which continuously funnels moisture-laden clouds over northern Japan. Snow depths in mountainous regions have exceeded 4.5 meters, while city centers like Aomori report over 2 meters. Even a brief warming trend could destabilize this massive snowpack, triggering avalanches, landslides, and further structural collapses. The JMA warns that residents and authorities must remain vigilant over the coming 48 hours. Elderly citizens remain the most vulnerable. Most snow-related deaths occur during shoveling or roof clearing. Multi-vehicle pileups on whiteout highways have trapped drivers for hours. Agricultural infrastructure has been heavily damaged, including apple orchards and rice storage facilities. Flights, trains, and highways remain unreliable, creating a total logistical paralysis in several prefectures. Prime Minister Sanai Takaichi has convened a special task force to coordinate emergency relief. Local prefectures are providing temporary shelters, and JSDF units are deployed across northern Japan. Authorities are warning that this winter crisis could worsen if residents ignore safety measures. Evacuation zones are being updated, and emergency alerts have been issued to keep citizens indoors and safe. The extreme snowstorm is expected to persist for several more days, with minor thawing followed by sudden freezes. This creates a double hazard: potential flooding and ice avalanches. Residents are urged to avoid any risky outdoor activity, particularly snow removal, and to prioritize safety over property protection. The historical severity of the storm makes it one of the deadliest and most disruptive winter events in decades. Japan's northern regions are in the grip of a severe winter emergency, with snow, ice, and freezing temperatures threatening lives, infrastructure, and agriculture. From Aomori to Sapporo, Niigata, and Asahikawa, communities face unprecedented challenges. The combination of heavy snow, extreme cold, and vulnerable populations underscores the devastating power of nature and the urgent need for caution, planning, and effective emergency response.